Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. This is Purist. On today's show I'm officially bringing you my first ever review and results on 205 Live. Now obviously coming from this tournament, obviously coming from the Cruiserweight Classic if we go way back, Cruiserweight Classic was so much fun to watch and I was a massive fan of Cruiserweight action and I've always been a massive fan. I even watched it through the terrible times of Enzo Amore, the struggling times of Neville being champion even though Neville is such a great heel and a great champion. I've watched it through consistently and tried to be a consistent viewer even though it's been some terrible times. And even now, I decided because someone suggested to me they wanted me to do a 205 Live review and results, and everybody seems to enjoy my reviews, so I decided to come out with a 205 Live review and results. I hope you enjoy the border and the thumbnails that I'll be bringing in the future to this channel for the 205 Live review and results. If you haven't checked out my Raw or SmackDown Live review, I'll leave links in the descriptions and annotations at the end of the video, so go ahead and check them out as well. But we go straight into 205 Live review for you guys, and I must say this show was a very good show yet again. The only thing I want to talk about quickly before I go into the review is there's one thing I'm worried about and one thing only. Now obviously we can see there's a Cruiserweight Tag Teams title coming very, very soon. Apparently it's going to be after WrestleMania, which I'm really looking forward to. And the one thing I'm worried about is obviously this week we had one of the semi-final matches, which was Roderick Strong versus Cedric Alexander, which was a great match. And next week we got Mustafa Ali versus Drew. Now obviously I think if I'm correctly saying this, I think it's 2 weeks after that. So we've got 2 weeks to try and build that final up towards WrestleMania. And I'm worried about the build because they've done the tournament right. It's whether the build towards WrestleMania could be right and what happens after WrestleMania. That's the only thing I'm really worried about with this division, but they've done so well bringing in the people they're bringing in. Obviously Mark Andrews, Buddy Murphy, Roderick Strong. There was much more we expected in terms of people being brought in, but apparently that's to come. There's a lot of stuff to come. I may do a video either this week or next week talking about the Cruiserweight division and what's apparently to come. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned, subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell for all the notifications straight to your YouTube or your device. So we go straight into the review, guys. This was a good show. It started off with Akira Tozawa and Hideo Itami. Obviously, these two have been tagging together, and Lince Dorado and Gran Metalik. Obviously, they go against each other in a tag team match. Kalisto was alongside the Luchadors. I must say, Lince Dorado and Gran Metalik. He was outside. Obviously, it seems to me Kalisto is trying to get these Luchas over as much as he can, and I think he's doing a great job. I'm really enjoying the stuff they're doing tag team wise. I'm really enjoying the whole thing in general. Now, this match was a great match to kick off 205 Live. The whole thing in general was a great match. There was nothing wrong in this match whatsoever. There was a great stunt which Lince Dorado did. Gran Metalik was on outside the ropes. He bent through the ropes, the middle rope. He was leaning through, and Lince Dorado jumped off his back and out of the ring onto, I think it was Akira Tozawa, which it was a great segment. And Gran Metalik in this match showed what a great superstar he is, what a great cruiserweight. And this, especially Hideo Itami as well. Massive fan of him. And yeah, it just performed well. It was a great opening match. And in the end, it was the Hideo Itami and Akira Tozawa who pulled the victory. Now, Hideo Itami's obviously changed his finisher, which was the GTS Go to Sleep. Obviously, it's a fatal finisher, so I think they've had to get rid of that. So then it leaves less injuries, especially in this cruiserweight division, which is quite thin at the moment as it is. So it seems to me like he sort of goes to twist them and sort of turn it into a code. It's quite a unique finisher. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and check out obviously this match. Yeah, this match really did perform in different ways. Obviously you got the great hard hitting strikes of Akira Tozawa and Hideo Itami, and you've got the great athleticism, the great charisma of Gran Metalik and Lince Dorado. Obviously, Lince Dorado is being built up in this because after they got the victory, Hideo Itami and Akira Tozawa, Lince Dorado was face to face with Hideo Itami after Hideo Itami was celebrating over the body of Gran Metalik. Also, before this match, we had, I like the layout of the show. It's looking much better. Obviously, the new opening video, you have obviously the commentators, which I think are world class on this show, and they're not seen for what they do, and that is Vic Joseph and Nigel McGuinness. Obviously, Nigel McGuinness known from NXT, opening the show, and I just like hearing them. They flow well together. Vic Joseph is sort of like a Tom from SmackDown Live. I think he's quite good, and Nigel McGuinness is sort of like a Corey in that sort of role on 205 Live. I mean, not in general, obviously he's not as good as Corey, but he may be, he just obviously don't show it much. But the other thing I wanted to talk about was the recaps they had. They showing Drew Gulak defeating Mark Andrews and Mustafa Ali beating Buddy Murphy, and it was just showing all these competitors. And throughout the show, they did show video packages of Roderick Strong and also Cedric Alexander, because it was obviously building towards this match, and it made it feel important. Now, this Cruiserweight tournament is making the title feel important. That's one thing I must say. It's doing a great job of that. And pretty much the next match was a Jack Gallagher match, which was a jobber match. A person called Murphy Myers. Now, by all means, jobber obviously is normally overlooked as obviously that's just a jobber. But this guy actually looked quite good, and he put Jack Gallagher over very, very well. Now, for this match, we have Drake Maverick come out. We get to see his entrance as obviously GM. He came out and he sat along commentary, and it flowed well with the commentators, and this match happened. Now, Jack Gallagher showed what a beast he is in this match, not just all grapples, and obviously finishes with the headbutt. 1, 2, 3. He picks up a victory, and he looks very, very cool and very, very dominant. I'm liking the new side of Jack Gallagher. And there was a segment where he looked at Drake Maverick, and Drake Maverick sees the look in his eyes, and he says, "That's what I wanted from him when I came to 205 Live. That's the Jack Gallagher we want," and that is very, very true. Jack Gallagher, definitely one of the best competitors in 205 Live, and you could say that about every single competitor in 205 Live. They've all got their own thing, and it's all great to see because every week is different. It's not just, oh, well, that's a luchador, because Gran Metalik isn't just a luchador. He can hit hard as well. He's very charismatic. I think he could be possibly the best luchador they've got, apart from Kalisto. And you've obviously got Hideo Itami and Akira Tozawa. They're both different. They both hit hard, but one's more athletic than the other, and it just works well. Everybody's got their own different thing, and it's unique, and I love it. And the final match obviously was built up through with vignettes, obviously, and storyline, and there was another promo as well before I go into the final match. Mustafa Ali cut a promo about Drew Gulak. You know, I don't know if you see from last week, they have him on Twitter doing a sort of promo video for the last round, and he's done another one of them, and this one looks really, really cool in the way he's done it. I can't really explain it. You have to go and watch it yourself on Twitter, on Mustafa Ali's Twitter, I'm guessing. And then we had the final match, obviously basically the match between Cedric Alexander and Roderick Strong. Whoever wins is going to WrestleMania and going to be in the final against whether it's Mustafa Ali or Drew Gulak. We find out next week on 205 Live. A great match. This is probably one of the best matches, especially Cedric Alexander needed this, because throughout the tournament, Cedric Alexander's been great, but he hasn't been the best of the best. I think Mustafa Ali has been the best of the best, in my opinion. I think he's been putting out the best matches, and Drew Gulak's been one of them as well. I think he's been putting out good matches as well. So I'm looking forward to next week's match, especially. I think storyline is going to play very well into next week's match, and just like it did here, Roderick Strong showing he's strong, he's got the grapple and all the technique, but the speed kills, and that's what happened in this match. Cedric Alexander was smart and he used his speed correctly. In the end, it wasn't even a finisher. It was a roll-up pin, and it really, you see the expression on both of their faces. It was world-class storyline and storytelling. This felt like a Cruiserweight Classic match. If you like the Cruiserweight Classic, guys, and you're watching this video and you didn't watch 205 Live, go ahead and check this match out, because this match, if you watch it in full or watch 205 Live full, because it was a great episode, this match signified to Cruiserweight Classic. This told story crazily. And if you're a fan of Roderick Strong, you will feel the pain of obviously him leaving because he lost this match. Now, a lot of people will be going to be hating the tournament now because Roderick Strong's gone. He was a big part, obviously coming from NXT, he was well known. But I feel like the final, as I said, I've stated on my other videos, if you haven't checked this out or you're new here, I stated a couple weeks ago that Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali were going to be in the final. And Mustafa Ali, if he does get to the final, because there's rumours of Drew actually reaching the final, if Drew gets to the final, I'm going with Cedric. If Mustafa Ali goes to the final, I'm going with Mustafa Ali and maybe a Cedric heel turn. That's what I'm going to go with, guys. That's the more possible one, I think. Mustafa Ali winning it and Cedric going heel, I think that'll be a great WrestleMania moment, and something good for the 205 Live division. Yeah, so a great match in general. It turned out to be one of the best matches of the tournament. Of course, obviously these two competitors in the ring, you've got the athleticism and the charisma of Cedric Alexander, and you've got the Roderick Strong style. That's what I'm going to call it, because of the backbreakers and the tough fighting that he does. In the end, it was just basically a roll-up. It was a clever roll-up, though, from Cedric Alexander. He got, I think it was a knee to the face, and he was all clumsy, selling the story, and he basically rolled up Roddy for the 1, 2, 3. In the end, you see Roderick Strong crying because he's been knocked out of this competition. You felt so bad for him. He left the ring after saying, "This is your time, this is your time," to Cedric Alexander. The yes chants break out in this match as well, I wanted to mention, and this is awesome chants breaking out. So it shows this tournament is lighting up 205 Live. This is something to look forward to, and I'm sure most people that will go to watch SmackDown now will stay to watch 205 Live. And in the end, obviously, we had a little interview with, I think it's Charlie Caruso, I think, I could be wrong. She interviews Cedric Alexander. He's even crying, saying that his daughter thinks he calls him a champion every day. He's going to go to WrestleMania and he's going to be Cruiserweight champion, and he's going to come home with the championship to his daughter and stuff like that. A very good emotional segment. The fans were loving it. I was loving it. And this was basically a great episode. It wasn't Charlie Caruso, it was Dasha Fuentes. She was the one who interviewed him. But this was a great episode of 205 Live. I am looking forward to next week's to see what they can do. I'm guessing it's going to be either another tag team match. If not, it could be Hideo Itami and Lindsay Dorado one-on-one. I'm guessing could be Jack Gallagher. I'm guessing still being built up, and I'm guessing obviously it's the other match, which will be Drew Gulak versus Mustafa Ali. Very looking forward to that. Let me know what you thought in the comment section down below, guys. If you enjoyed this review, smash the thumbs up, let me know I'm doing a good job. Subscribe to this channel, hit that notification bell for basically all the notifications straight to your device or your YouTube. Check the description, there'll be links to my other videos and also links to my social media if you want to support me on there. I'd be massively grateful. The description is a great way to check what stuff's been lately uploaded for me. Raw review's been up, SmackDown review up today. Tomorrow, don't forget, guys, if you're interested in NXT, I've got a review coming up tomorrow as well. And don't forget my own show, Let's Chat WWE. Check out episode number 1 and 2. See what that's all about. It's basically getting your guys' questions answered and your opinions across. If you want to join me on the show, email me or connect with me on social media and ask me, or in the comment section down below, and I'll try and get you on the show as well, and we can talk wrestling. Basically that's what the show's all about. Also news and rumours and WrestleCrate unboxings. But that is it. I've been me, you've been you. This is my first episode of 205 Live review. Hope you enjoyed it. Smash the thumbs up, as I said, comment, share, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time on This Is Pure Wrestling.